The story of Captain Cold begins in the shadowy alleys of Central City, where Leonard Snart grew up, facing adversity and a harsh environment that shaped his ambitions and beliefs. As a child, Leonard witnessed the struggles of his family fueling his desire to escape his circumstances and gain control over his life, often leading him to make choices that would set him on a dark path. Eventually, Leonard adopted the persona of Captain Cold, embracing his role as a master thief and calculated criminal using his intelligence and advanced technology to make a name for himself. With his icy demeanor, Captain Cold quickly became one of the Flash's most formidable foes, using strategy and cunning to outsmart his opponents while remaining an anti-hero at heart. Despite his villainous reputation, moments of vulnerability reveal Captain Cold's complex character, showcasing his loyalty to his team and the internal battles he faces between right and wrong. Throughout his journey, Captain Cold often finds himself at a crossroads where the line between heroism and villainy blurs.
The origin story of Captain Cold reveals a complex character who emerged from the shadows of Central City driven by a challenging upbringing and a thirst for recognition. Growing up in a rough neighborhood, Leonard Snart felt the sting of hardship, leading him to master the art of crime. As a child, Leonard watched others gain power and respect, which ignited a fire within him to forge his own path. This desire culminated in his transformation into Captain Cold, a formidable figure equipped with technology that could freeze anything in its path. With each heist and showdown, Captain Cold developed a reputation not just as a thief, but as one of the Flash's most cunning adversaries. His cool demeanor and strategic mind made him a master of planning, always staying 2 steps ahead of his foes. Despite his criminal activities, there was an undeniable code of honor that Captain Cold adhered to, making him a unique member of the Rogues. His interactions with other villains showcased his leadership qualities and a complex moral compass that often set him apart from mere chaos. In moments of introspection, Captain Cold grappled with the consequences of his actions, weighing the thrill of crime against the loneliness it brought. His character depth revealed that beneath the icy exterior was a man.
This is the origin story of Leonard Snart, a boy from a troubled neighborhood who would grow up to become Captain Cold. Growing up in a broken home, Leonard felt the sting of neglect and resentment, shaping him into a man determined to take control of his fate. As a teenager, Leonard watched his father's violent outbursts, which fueled his desire to escape this chaotic life. Seeking acceptance, he fell in with a group of older boys engaging in petty crimes that made him feel alive, though always longing for something greater. Driven by ambition and a thirst for power, Leonard began to devise a plan that would set him apart from the others. He spent countless nights in solitude perfecting his design for a weapon that could freeze anything in its path, symbolizing his desire to control his fate. With his cold gun in hand, Leonard gathered a crew of like-minded individuals, presenting them with a daring heist that cemented his reputation. In this moment, he transformed from a troubled youth into the notorious Captain Cold.
In the heart of Central City, a young man named Leonard Snart discovers a unique power over ice, shaping his destiny as Captain Cold, a master thief with an unyielding code of honor. As Leonard embraces his newfound abilities, he finds himself drawn to a life of crime, challenging heroes like the Flash, while maintaining his own moral boundaries. Over time, Leonard Snart evolves from a mere criminal into a complex anti-hero, navigating the fine line between right and wrong while battling against his own inner demons. Through alliances and conflicts, Captain Cold learns the value of companionship, forging bonds with unlikely allies in his ongoing struggle against those who oppose him. With each encounter, the rivalry between Captain Cold and the Flash intensifies, fueling Leonard's determination to prove himself as a formidable player in the world of heroes and villains. As Leonard begins to grapple with the consequences of his actions, he realizes that every heist can redefine his legacy, blurring the lines between villainy and heroism. In moments of conflict, Leonard Snart learns that power comes with responsibility, and as he faces adversaries, he must choose whether to uphold his code